Yeah, last year was pretty good actually. I got in pretty much everything. I got top five in the year group, so I mean that's always good. But I spend a lot more time on my work compared to some of the other guys. Yeah, and it's just
Okay.
just
Question.
amazing.
How big
Yeah,
is your year group?
only 50 people,
Yeah.
but
I mean, I think it's good that you're recognizing that there is an inefficiency, even if you're in the top five, which is great, which is good that you are in the top
yeah,
five,
yeah,
but just make sure that you're not getting into, like big fish, small pond type situation.
mm,
So I think it's good that you're recognizing that there are inefficiencies early on rather than getting hit with that in uni when, you know, 50 people in your year group. I mean, you're going to have thousands of people in
yeah.
your year group.
I was born in New Zealand, but when I was 10, I went to China. So I studied in China for 5 years. It's more like rote learning, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
it's just memorization, writing it down. And coming back here, it's still much of the same. I mean, you put your work in, most of the time it comes out, but I know that it can be more efficient, definitely.
Mm. And the way that
Yeah,
it's done in a lot of Asian countries, especially with the rote memorization heaviness, is
yeah,
not good. It's
no.
very detrimental to efficiency. Tell me a little bit more about your study process. I want to know how you study and
Yeah.
what you tried at least.
It depends for different subjects. Obviously, with subjects like math and and like physics, in the end, after I kind of understand the concept, I might take some notes down of some important key parts and notes and stuff. But normally, in the end, it's just practice, and I'll just do as much as I can. In level one, my grades weren't really good, and in fact, they weren't good. Yeah, when it came to subjects like biology and going back to revise stuff, I did in level two was I took notes, and they were really helpful, and I did well. In the end, I got all E's, which is good. But this year, I've been really trying to cut down on my notes. Yeah, just I think too many notes. Yeah.
Mm. So that's a problem that a lot of people face, right? Is writing too many notes. Most people, first of all, most people were never really taught how to study properly.
Mhm.
You just pick it up from what your friends are doing, and you sort of dabble with things, and you might play around here and there. But it's kind of like you start at a certain level, and then you kind of like fluctuate there and around that level, and then you progress up a little bit. But your starting point, that baseline, is usually set pretty low because you never really learned the proper techniques to do it because you're
Mhm.
generally not taught. And in fact, you're taught, in fact, a lot of bad techniques a lot of the time, sometimes by quite reputable seeming sources. And
Mhm.
so it's important to realize that the way that you're studying is probably not working. But more important than that is that you're already probably reaching the peak of efficiency for the current system that you're using, because
Mhm.
the current system you're using is probably very comfortable for you. And that means that it's not challenging. And so you're unlikely to improve by using the same system and
Yeah.
optimizing and fine tuning things here and there. In some cases, it's better to actually just jump ship to something that works a bit better and then get
Mhm.
used to it. It's kind of like if you're used to, like, I don't know, riding a horse and you want to go fast, it's going to take you a while to learn to drive a Ferrari. But once you learn to drive it, it's going to be faster. But the
Yeah.
thing is, it will legitimately be slower until you learn how to drive.
Mm.
So it's that sort of mentality, is that actually to reach longer term, even medium term gain, you have to accept that there's going to be a short term sacrifice as you learn something that's less comfortable, a bit more insecure, a bit scarier, that
Yeah.
is going to challenge you in a more meaningful way. So that at least when you're challenged, at the end of that challenge, you actually get a result that is better,
Yep.
rather than at the end of the challenge, what you might be experiencing now, at the end of that, you might be left with nothing.